it was hard waking up. Every day was like difficult for me.
Mm-hmm.
Every day I was like, as soon as I woke up, I was like, fuck, like I have to deal with that, or I have to pay this, or I have to like, just all the heaviness
Mm-hmm.
that I had been
Yeah.
thinking about the night before. Woke up and it was the very first thing I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And what did I do? I just kept, I was like, well, I guess this is like, I don't know how to change this, until finally I was like, you get so sick of it,
Mm-hmm.
where I started like, as soon as I woke up, I was like, I'm playing like a YouTube for Abraham Hicks, or God video, or
Mm-hmm.
something that can like maybe feed my brain. And like now when I wake up, I actually play this song. It's like my favorite song. It's the
Mm-hmm.
Grateful song.
Yes.
I play it during the day. Sean is probably tired of hearing it. I play it at night. I go outside like the other day when it was super windy, and I'm like dancing. He was like, I don't know what's happening, but, and then seriously, the very next day, two crazy things happened. And I'll tell you the story just because I was like, that's when I was like, God,
Yes.
you my
Yes.
boy. You showing
Yes.
Welcome back to the Delulu Magic Podcast. I'm Paola.
And I'm Gabby. Happy St. Patty's Day.
Yes, that's why we're in our little green, which I didn't even realize I just happened to because I'm lucky.
You that's what we're going to talk about today. Are we lucky?
I believe in luck. What do you think?
I don't really know what I believe about it. I don't. I've never sat and thought, "Oh, I'm so lucky." Maybe. I don't know, when I'm parking, if I find like a close thing and I'm like, "Oh, I'm so lucky."
Yes.
Like I got here, but then I think, is it my luck, or I came at a good time?
It's so funny because I'll start with the kids. They're always like, okay. And I'm like, no, wait, yes, this weekend I'm driving. And she's like, what are you saying to yourself? Because I was like, oh, wow, look at that great parking spot. And she's like, where do you see a parking spot? I'm like, oh, no, I'm like,
Yes.
I'm bringing it about.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
well,
still have to drive a
manifesting
little
it,
bit, but then I
right?
did find an amazing parking spot.
Well, yeah.
It took me like 11 minutes, but it was so packed. It was at the, it was on the weekend, and it was at her, the zoo, like
Yeah,
the zoo
yeah.
area.
Oh, wow, that is
which
pretty
is super
good.
hard to find.
No, I just give up. I like leave the area, or we don't ever go in because I'm like, this is too ridiculous.
So
So,
we were doing senior photos. So
oh
I had
yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah.
It was
So
so
you
perfect.
did good. Of course, you had to wait it out.
And so I sometimes feel like I have to. I've gotten in the habit of being like, man, I'm so lucky. Like such good things come to me. But I feel like when I do that, they really do. Like more luck, just randomness. Where it's almost like, to me, especially like, I would say especially like this week, but it's been continuous. I feel like over the past year, the more I focus on it, where I'm like, God, you are showing out. Like you are clearly trying to be like, look, and like
So is
doing
it-
a little wink.
I'm gonna go to what our momager said. So is it? Do you think it's your fate that you believe that good things are gonna happen? And
I
then
would
they show
say
up with our manifesting.
Yes. I would say, yeah, I would say, yeah, faith, especially now.
You have
'Cause,
it, like,
you know,
so
me
you
and
see
God,
it.
like, you know. So
Of
he'd
course,
be
I
like,
read
girl.
the Bible this morning. Don't worry. I was like, I don't want to leave. I was like, I understand people now. I see why you're like,
Mm-hmm.
it's so long. First of all, I don't know if I can, how long it's gonna take me, but
Oh,
because
yeah.
I jump from things to things, and then, but it always relates to whatever I'm going through. That I don't know. Is that luck too? Am I calling it in?
That's
Or
crazy.
that's what
right?
God's giving me? Like
Like
you
a
know?
message.
Yes, like the it is a message.
I feel, no, but I feel like he really, like, there's just these little messages, or you see a certain Instagram post,
Yeah,
or you
I
read
do the little
certain
things, the
thing.
little calendars. Remember that I pull apart every morning, and it always has to do with kind of what's happening
Mm-hmm.
in my life at the time. So I don't know, like luck, yeah. So I mean, I've had some things happen that I don't know if necessarily, because I do give it to God right now, like big time. That
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you made this happen. This is the reason. Obviously, we're down here doing the things, and I'm walking this path, right? That's a little bit more aligned with who I'm supposed to be truly.
Mm-hmm.
So then I feel like, yes, there's, I guess then it does feel like, okay, yeah, I'm lucky, but because I'm doing all these other things.
Yeah. And maybe I'm lucky because it's like, I guess I think about it as I'm lucky, but also because God favors me.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm
And
now.
I guess for me it would be feeling blessed,
Mm-hmm.
just, continuously, just feeling, and, in that state of gratitude, and being, receiving things and seeing them as, being loved.
Mm-hmm.
And here it is, and it's here. And then even going back into things that I don't think that they're necessarily at the time blessings, but then going forward in life and you're like, oh, thank you. Like, thank you for not making me go through whatever I thought I needed to go through, like, or thank you for having that happen, but I was actually able to take away from that as well.
Yeah.
It was like a dual thing. Like a lot of that's happening right now. It just feels because I'm having so many. It never feels like I'm not having changes, but it's just a lot at once. So continuously, I'm like, oh, okay.
I feel like once we accept the fact that God, that changes, that's just part of
That
the
being here,
monthly, like,
well, being here, I think
of
just being
living.
alive,
Yeah.
being alive, right? Like being alive and being willing to have every single part of what we're supposed to have experienced, being okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
I started a new book. We're gonna change topics a little, but it's called How Not to Worry, and I've been loving it. It's based on like the Stoics.
Oh, okay. I
So I
like
know
that.
you like
Stoicism.
the
Yeah.
Stoics, and it's really down to like four things because it's like, okay, one is it can you basically control it? Is it just
No.
you basically internally? The two is it like is it affect like your reaction or your how do you act? That's all you can really. That's it. It's just you, and then how you treat others, like all
Mm-hmm.
this stuff. So it's just really interesting because you're like, okay, there's so much I'm putting in my life
Mm-hmm.
daily and thinking it's bad luck, it's bad whatever things that happen to me. I'm just I won't use a word, but I think a lot of people will think of that they're just on a spiral of like nothing but
Yeah.
bad stuff, right? But then it's like no, you cause it. A
Yeah.
lot of it is like we self-inflict, with our thoughts and our beliefs, and that we don't look to have whatever your spiritual beliefs are, because
Mm-hmm.
necessarily we're talking a lot about God because we're walking this now. But I find out a lot of people that just don't have anything,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm like, but have you dealt with all your shit? Like that,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Have you tried
Yeah.
to? And maybe they are. I think it's maybe they
No,
have tried.
I don't think people
Like,
do.
mm-mm.
I don't know. And people our age, I'm shocked by it. I feel like I'm getting to this point. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, there is enough, and I get it. And not maybe not enough. Look, therapy is expensive. It's time
Mm-hmm.
consuming, all that stuff. But there's enough resource and faith alone. You can heal your. I think. And yeah, obviously, there's really traumatic things. I'm not an
Yeah.
expert. I just mean, but the level I'm talking about is the level for us, kind of like people that are doing life and shit
Mm-hmm.
happens, and then they're like just continually saying shit happens to me, staying in that mindset, and it's like, but what have you done to change anything
Absolutely.
except wait and think it's just your bad luck again,
Yeah.
that your life was shit, or
But it's hard. It's like all they're focusing on,
yeah.
right? Because it is. It's like I think maybe that self pity or the wallowing or the I don't understand why this is happening, and so
Mm-hmm.
all we do is
Yeah.
continue to think about why is this
Mm-hmm.
happening to
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
and I don't deserve this. This is not fair,
yes,
right?
yeah,
And what did yeah I didn't do
yeah, I
anything to
didn't
get
do
myself,
it. I didn't do anything to do this.
but without realizing that we are causing it, or maybe even which I know is hard again to hear. Maybe that we needed that. We needed that to hit a certain point
Mm-hmm.
so that then we could like wake up and say, okay, I'm going to do these things. I'm going to change these things.
Mm-hmm.
But some people don't wake up, right?
Yeah.
And so you just continue on that path and have more of the quote unquote
Yeah.
bad luck, I guess, happen.
Yeah.
But I think it's because it's all you're focusing on. And I've been there where I would say, what, maybe I can't, time has flown by, but I would say a year and a half, maybe even 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half, definitely before the podcast. Yeah, I would say a year and a
Yeah.
half, 18 months ago, where it was hard waking up. Every day was like difficult for me.
Mm-hmm.
Every day I was like, as soon as I woke up, I was like, fuck, like I have to deal with that, or I have to pay this, or I have to like, just all the heaviness
Mm-hmm.
that I had been
Yeah.
thinking about the night before, woke up and it was the very first thing I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And what did I do? I just kept, I was like, well, I guess this is like, I don't know how to change this, until finally I was like, you get so sick of it,
Mm-hmm.
where I started like, as soon as I woke up, I was like, I'm playing like a YouTube for Abraham Hicks or God video or something that can like maybe feed my brain. And like now when I wake up, I actually play this song. It's like my favorite song. It's the Grateful song.
Yes.
I play it during the day. Sean is probably tired of hearing it. I play it at night. I go outside like the other day when it was super windy and I'm like dancing. He was like, I don't know what's happening, but, and then seriously, the very next day, two crazy things happened. And I'll tell you the story just because I was like, that's when I was like, God,
Yes.
you my
Yes.
boy, you showing
Yes.
or my girl or
Yeah.
whatever. But One was the fact that, so we've got some devices and we've been trying to reach this guy because it's a really cool device. And finally, Sean reached out to him. This guy finally DMs us back and we have an amazing call and the product's like ridiculous. It was like the perfect product at the perfect time, right? So that's
Yeah, yeah.
one. And obviously, you have to take the action. I
Yes.
wasn't just gonna like meditate and think it's gonna, some things do come to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
But yeah, you reach out via DM. And then the other thing, which is funny, because sometimes I get on my little, oh, that's not, you can't do that, or that's not doable. I've never heard of that. My husband was telling me about, he's like, I'd like to have this type of product for like, our doctors. I was like, I don't think that exists. That doesn't even exist. I don't even think they can make that. Like, so let's like kind of move on because I don't think that's doable. Literally the next day, we're on a Zoom call and this guy that we know, it was to talk about certain products we could pick up. And the first one he talks about, I was like, well, I don't really like it. The second one, I was like, oh, I've heard of it. Already evaluated, no. And then right before the call, he's like, I don't know if this is like of interest. My son does this. And it's like a testing thing. And it was the exact same thing that Sean was like, hey, I want to find something like this that I said didn't exist.
Wow.
And as soon as he said it, like Sean sees me on the Zoom because I just like nodded my head and I just like smiled and I was just like, God, like that's crazy to think that you can think of something and then literally
Shows up.
within the day or the week, it's like God's like, oh, here's on a platter. And maybe, obviously we have to explore it. And now I'm on the school of thought of, if it's for me, it's for me. If it's the right thing, like, and if it's not God's will, like, then it's not. Which is so opposite of who I was 5 to 10 years ago. Because my mom would always be like, oh, if God wills it. I was like, God wills whatever's in my heart because, he wants the best for me. Thinking that I know what's best.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes that's not the best thing.
Well, that you controlled it.
Yeah.
Because you control. You were taking it all.
Yeah.
And that's so. Yeah. Then letting that go, right? And look at this. I mean, you would think easily you could be like, oh, it's because it was just. What is the chances of that? What is the, the luck that we would have that? And I have seen that a lot. I see that a lot in my life. That what is. I always think of the chances. Like, I have gambling people in my family, so I'm always thinking, what does it look like? I'm not comfortable with gambling at all. Sorry. We were just
also like I feel like your family, like some of them, the ones that they feel like they're lucky, like right,
they're like, know
well,
that,
always
but they
win.
always talk about if you're lucky in the casino, you're unlucky in life, like
really?
in love and all your relations. Yeah, so I'm like,
I don't really win at the casino.
I want to be a loser in the casino. I want to be a winner in life and in my relationships and all that stuff.
Yes.
So I think that's really stuck with me since I was a little girl, and I do believe that people that are lucky in the casino don't have good reflection out there. And then it gets hard,
So I'm not gambling with you.
No, we're not gambling. We're not gambling. Oh God, no. We did gamble one time. Remember the Kentucky Derby, and we were so close.
I know we were.
And
close.
that was it.
That was fun though.
Yes,
I definitely want to.
You still want to dabble into? Oh, I was like, you still want to dabble into gambling?
Like $5.
What are you comfortable losing?
$5.
I always
No,
think
I'm
of
just
like,
kidding.
what can I do with that? Well, there's $20. I'm like, I can pay for lunch or like, and I've never been able to take that out. So it's just funny. Just funny that our beliefs, about what is luck and what it means to each of us,
And also how it evolves. And I think luck. I would think a lot of people do tie it to like their level of faith in God or the universe or I don't know. And I just think it's a better way to live. I'd rather believe in luck and be like and think that I am a lucky person rather than being like, oh, there's no luck or. Yeah, I don't know. It just makes me feel better.
Like
and I think if I feel better, then
it's going to be better.
Good things, more things will come.
More good things.
Yeah.
Instead of staying stuck in that loop of, the negative, the downward spiral, right? Because that's easy. And then that's easy to also take as that, bad stuff is happening.
Yes.
And it keeps happening. And then you're like, okay, well, how do you, like, I know I said that, but it's like a lot of people I know do find that they're just like, can't get up. But there is. But I am very aware that it has to happen for each person at the right time, which I find that is whatever is meant to be for you.
Yeah.
And it shows up exactly when you need it, and you can't force anybody or say much to people. They can maybe listen or read or hear, but nobody's going to do that until they're ready.
So they're so like,
until they're ready.
That. Yeah, you being broken down a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
To be like, what do I have to do?
To get out of this or clear up the path, you know, to have things come in. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool to see where we are, and especially as it continues to happen in our lives I think I was doing something on one of my AIs and I was writing about that.
One of her 5 AIs.
Yes. Oh my God, perplexity charges. I was so disappointed. I was like, no, I'm not
I
joining
know,
you.
but you know what? At the
You
beginning, it
told me
didn't. I know.
$16. I was like, that's a commitment already. What if I don't like you? What
You're
if
like, I
we're
have
only
5 of y'all. I
dating?
can't pay
We're
you
only
all.
just beginning to date. I do know for research, but anyway, I was putting stuff about us, like the podcast, because this is a new one. And I was just like, kind of like where we are, other things we discuss, and a lot of it, and it's just cool to see it all like summarized, how where we've come from, like from our mindset growing through here,
Hmm.
doing the things. And a lot of times I will say that I have felt so lucky in the sense that I'm like, oh, I have my best friend I get to do this with.
Yeah.
I'm so lucky I have the team that I have. I'm so lucky. Oh my God, the days when we've had events that the weather has been
Hmm.
amazing, that the people that show up for us, like, oh, like other things that I know feel like they really are like these gifts from God, I will say, because
Yeah.
I didn't have that. Like I sat yesterday and I said, I am a whole different person from 3 years ago.
Yes.
There is a part of me like now when I look through my phone, when I look with my habits, it's just incredible, right? And I'm proud of myself, and I say that I am so lucky to have that now. If like I mean, I went to yoga on Sunday,
Hmm.
and it was like it was a Zen one. It was like you're holding and all that. And I mean, I like thank my body. I'd never done that. I was like from like my feet, my organs, like to
Hmm.
my brain, and I was just like, how lucky I am. I was sitting there almost crying
Yes.
because the sun was kind of setting, and I was like,
Aw.
this is like the most beautiful thing, and I'm here and I'm alive, and it's
Yes.
gonna be finite. I won't always have these moments
Yes.
because life will come and throw stuff at me, but I can always sit and remember these moments of gratitude and of feeling lucky,
Hmm.
that I get to do that. And I am gonna say that I still use that word a lot during most days because I'm like, how lucky I am that I can be home, how lucky I am that I can wake up in my own bed, that
Yeah.
I have the freedom to have like I will have bored days now because I'm like, you're not gonna look at an electronic. Go get a fucking book, and or color or something where my
Uh-huh.
brain is just kind of relaxing, and that is almost luck, because not everybody has that.
Yeah.
Even you could have all the means and material stuff in the world, and you could be so sad and so
And
broken,
lonely.
or you
Hmm.
could have health worries, or just
Yeah.
all the things, because we all think of, okay, what's going to be the feeling of luck? Oh, because I got, I'm successful, I'm
Hmm.
all this
It's
stuff.
not the
But
things.
it's not. It's just generally, like, for me, I have found that I feel those are my moments where I feel like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
of like, when we have lunch out here outside the studio, like, I just always, it's an immense gratitude and a feeling of like, wow.
And
So,
being able to be like,
yeah.
how amazing. This would not have been us 3 years ago,
No,
2 years ago.
no.
To be present in
Yeah.
pretty much anything. Like
Yeah.
for you to be able to be present in that moment and
Yes.
like, and it's crazy that because I felt it
Yeah.
too, where it evokes this emotion of like such gratitude that you do want to cry. I
Yes.
never used to have like
No.
gratitude tear. I'm like, what? Cry if I'm sad, and maybe like I did cry when my kids were born, like
Yes.
happy, that happiness, like that overwhelm. But now I do the same, and
Yeah.
it's almost like I'm just gonna soak in that moment, and nothing else matters because it's just like you're so all of you is like focused on
Yes.
that and like just being grateful. It's a crazy feeling. I love it.
Being alive. Being
Yeah.
alive. So we'll be grateful and we'll continue feeling,
Lucky.
yes, and
Yes. So I
celebrating.
could bring more luckiness in.
Yes.
Couple things
Yeah.
because I want to see how do you, especially on days that maybe like if you're feeling not so great, like how do you feel, like what do you do to maybe feel lucky or bring in more of that, I guess, gratitude? Do you do anything?
Yeah, I do the three things of like that I have to remind myself because I've had, I have a lot of things that are life ongoing, right? And I have to sit and make sure I'm quiet for a few minutes now, and I've got to be by myself, and maybe sometimes I'll grab the Bible, and sometimes I'll have to tell myself like three things. Or a lot helps me when I look at stuff.
Hmm.
I found looking, like if I have a photo, things like that, and then I'll think, I'm grateful. Then remind myself just the three things I'm grateful for, and then I start to feel okay, and realize that, and then I keep going because then I just don't have three things I'm grateful for. I can get to 100
Yeah.
in each day, and that's crazy because if you'd asked me 3 years ago, I'd be like, yeah, well, for, sure, the kids and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Not the tiny little minuscule things that are just like a miracle within itself of
Yeah.
being here.
Yeah.
So, really regrouping. But it takes, sometimes I can be around people, but I think I need alone more. Like, I kind of need that, like, a space for like a few minutes where I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
don't get in your head. Because, obviously anxiety and all the bad worries, they stay and they're going to be part of who I am. But I have to be able to like tune it out,
Yeah.
like, like really intentionally. And I know that now. I can tell myself that instead of going and continuing and letting it escalate.
Yeah.
And then
Like staying in that and
staying
then
that
being
and then
like,
making it into something else with somebody else that has nothing to do with it. That's
yeah.
like what I used to do.
I remember being like, it was almost like I was fine being in a bad mood. Like I'm
Yeah.
like my husband would be like, oh, you're in a bad mood. Like maybe like look at something funny. And it was almost like I was like, I don't know. It was just, I was stuck. It's that
Yes. Yeah.
stuckness. And I was just like, I don't care. Like, I don't want to do anything to get out of it. Like, I don't want to feel this way. But also it was like,
Yeah.
I didn't want to have to do anything to not feel that
Yeah.
way. Right. Which is really weird because obviously it did not feel great during
Yeah.
those times. One of the things that I've done, and I feel like, I feel like it's such an easy thing, and that's why I wanted to share it. And I'm sure these songs have been forever, available.
Yes.
But like all these like gratitude songs
Yes.
and grateful and you're a millionaire, and I'm
Yeah.
like vibing on these songs. Like that's on my Spotify. Like singing, I'm rapping along to it. I'm like, I wish I could like see the words so I could like know all the
You
words so I
can.
could. I know, but I can't do that and drive at the same time.
But you can do it at home.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can put
It
the
goes too fast.
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel like that's changed. Like my whole morning routine now, I just have to set up my little hatch. But this is like my idea. And I was
Yeah.
like, how could you not have a good day if you start this
Yes.
way? So my goal is, right, so I wake up with my hatch. So it like lights up the room, right? That's
Yes.
it. And so then I immediately, my feet are going to hit the ground. And then I want my like music, my alarm going
Yes.
off, but with music, with
Yeah.
the grateful. And then I'm going to dance, okay, as I scooch on to the bathroom to brush my teeth and everything and take a shower. Because, showering in the morning, that's my anchor now. Me and ChatGPT came up with this whole.
Wow, good. I am loving it. Tell me more.
And I feel like just that
It sets you up.
sets you up. Right now, I'm only
Yeah.
doing the music thing, but it's been such a game changer. I
Yeah.
feel like I just feel great during the day. And then if I also have a lull in my day where it's kind of like something maybe happened, then I put that on and it automatically, I feel like switches my mind, like it activates it.
Yes.
To, again, it's like that reticular activating system, right? You're focusing on that. And so once I can put myself in a different energy
Yes.
plane, I feel like things just trickle, just like those opportunities
Yeah.
that came to me like so easily, or deals that I used to work so hard for like months. And now the doctor's like, hey, I want to buy this. And I'm
Yeah.
like, we just met once, almost where I'm like, do you really, or are you just saying that? Because it was like so easy. And then all of a sudden you're sending me paperwork and I'm just like, there were times where it was like stressful or I'm having to chase people down. And by being in a different, I think, energy, wavelength, vibrational plane, it just comes so much faster.
That's yeah, it does.
So listen to the songs.
listen to the songs and you're gonna be lucky.
That's right. Well, enjoy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes. And remember,
Stay Delulu and make it
happen.
happen. Bye.